Welcome, this is Edexcel IAL, Jan 2020, Pure Mathematics 1, Paper 1. So first question, 8 upon 3 integral x cube dx minus 1 upon 2 integral x power negative half dx minus integral 5 dx. So it becomes 8 upon 3 x power 4 upon 4 minus half x power half upon half minus 5x plus c. Further simplification, it should be getting you the answer as 2 upon 3 x power 4 minus x power 1 upon 2 minus 5x plus c. Coming to the second question, y equals to 3 power x. Express each of the following in terms of y. Part A, 3 power 3x can be written as 3 power x whole power 3, so which is nothing but what, y power 3. Part B, 1 upon 3 power x minus 2, it can be written as 1 upon 3 power x times 3 power minus 2. 3 power minus 2 goes to the numerator, it becomes 3 power 2 and 3 power x. 3 power 2 is 9 and 3 power x is y. Part C, 81 upon 9 power 2 minus 3x. 81 can be written as 9 square, 9 power 2 minus 3x. When bases are same, power should be subtracted. 2 minus 2, minus of minus plus 3x. So it becomes 9 power 3x. Now 9 is 3 square whole power 3x. So it becomes 3 power 6x. So it can be written as 3 power x whole power 6, which is y power 6. Coming to question number 3. Figure 1 shows a part of the curve with an equation y equal to x square minus plus 3x minus 2. The point P lies on the curve. Find the gradient of the tangent at point P. So it has been given that y equals to x square plus 3x minus 2. So I'll be finding it out dy by dx, which is 2x plus 3. I want to find at the point 3 comma 16. So gradient equals to plug in 2 times 3 plus 3. So which is nothing but what? 9. So the gradient of the tangent is 9. The point Q with the coordinate 3 minus h also lies on the circle on the curve. Find in terms of h the gradient of PQ. Write your answer into the simplest form. So what is that? X coordinate 3 plus h also lies on the curve. So when x coordinate 3 plus h also lies on the curve, so what am I going to get it out is, I am going to get it out the coordinates of Q, which is nothing but what? 3 plus h comma y value. So what is y value? So use it out, y equals to x square plus 3x minus 2. So there, substitute out over here, it becomes 3 plus h whole square plus 3 times of 3 plus h minus 2. So which is 9 plus 6h plus h square plus 9 plus 3h minus 2. So what does that becomes? H square plus 9h, then 9 plus 9 is 18, 18 minus 2 is nothing but 16. So h square plus 9h plus 16. Now gradient of PQ will be y2 minus y1. H square plus 9h plus 16 minus y1. What is P value? 3 comma 16 divided by x2 minus x1. X value is nothing but what? 3 plus h minus x1. What is x value of P? X value of P is 3. So 16 16 cancels, 3 3 cancels, h square plus 9h upon h. So take h common, so h plus 9 upon h. H cancels, so it is going to be what it is, 9 plus h. Next part, part C, explain briefly the relationship between the answer in part B and to the answer in part A. So what is the thing is, as h approaches 0, as h approaches 0, we can see that gradient of PQ is becoming, gradient of PQ becomes 9, because h becomes 0, 0 plus 9 will become nothing but what? 0. So as h is approaching 0, the gradient of the PQ will be approaching the 9. So thus PQ becomes tangent, because tangent gradient is nothing but what? PQ. Coming to question number 4. Figure 2 shows the plane view of a house ABCD and a lawn APCDA. APCDA, where is the lawn? Okay. Then ABCD is a rectangle with AB equals to 16 meters. So this has to be 16. APCBA is a sector with a circle of radius 12. So the radius is 12. If that is 12, so this has to be 4. The point O lies on the line DC as shown in the figure. The size of the angle AOD. Show that the size of the angle AOD is equals to 1.231 in 3 decimal places. So this side is also radius is 12. So angle AOD. So this angle is theta. So I will be using cosine theta. Cos theta is adjacent side upon hypotenuse. So theta equals to cos inverse of adjacent side upon hypotenuse. Simplify that, you should be able to get it out 1.231. So we have proved it out part A. The lawn APCD is shown in the figure. Find the area of the lawn in meters square, 1 decimal place. Find the perimeter of the lawn in meters square. So what am I going to do it out? Area of the lawn and the perimeter of the lawn. Area of the lawn. So what am I supposed to do it out for the area of the lawn? I'll be finding it out. First of all, the entire area of this larger sector. Once I find it out that entire area, then I will be subtracting it out area of this triangle. If I subtract the area of the triangle, then automatically I will be getting it out the area of the lawn. So for that I need to know this total angle. That angle I need to know, which is nothing but how much? Pi plus theta. Angle is pi plus theta, which was 1.231. So that's going to be the angle. Now area of the sector. Sector is 1 upon 2 r square theta. R square theta. So 1 upon 2, r is nothing but 12, 12 square theta. Theta value, now what am I going to find it out? I am going to find the theta value as pi plus 1.231. That's going to be the area of the sector. Now area of the triangle. I have to find it out. Area of the triangle. So this is 4 and 12. So this side has to be 12 square minus 4 square. So area of the triangle is half base into height. Half times base is 4 and height is square root of 12 square minus 4 square. So what is this? So the total area will be area of the sector, which we will be doing it at 314.8 minus area of the triangle 22.627. Simplify that, you should be able to get that answer as for the area of this one is 292.2 meters square. That's going to be the answer. So if you want, we can write it out over here. This is 314.8, and when I simplify this one also, I am going to get it out 22.67. So final answer is 292.627 or 292.2 meters square. Next is asking us to find it out the perimeter of the lawn. Where is the perimeter of the lawn? This length of this arc plus 16 plus this AD. What is the name of the arc? APC. Perimeter equals to arc APC plus CD plus DA. CD plus DA. Arc APC is nothing but R theta plus CD is 16. DA is nothing but square root of 12 square minus 4 square. Now R theta. R is nothing but 12 and theta is nothing but what? Pi plus 1.231. Take full calculator display plus I will be adding it out plus 16 and plus square root of 12 square minus 4 square. Simplify that, directly I am writing the answer 79.8 meters. That's going to be the answer for question number 4. Come to question number 5. He is asking, find using algebra all the solutions of 20x cube minus 50x square minus 30x. So what can I take common? 10x I can take common. So what does it becomes? 2x square minus 5x minus 3 equals to 0. Now this the term in the brackets can be factorized as directly I'm writing 2x plus 1 times x minus 3 should be equals to 0. So either x equals to 0, x equals to negative half, x equals to negative 1, negative 3, positive 3. So these are the values of x. Now once I get the values of x, what is being asked? Solve. We have found it out. Find the real solution of this one. What is that? First we copy the main question, then copy the second part of the question. So you can see the difference between those two. What is happening over there is, what is this? X is being replaced with y plus 3. X is replaced with y plus 3. So wherever x is there, what am I doing it with? I am replacing it with what? Y plus 3. So, and it should not be exactly replaced it out. What does it happens is x cube equals to 5 plus 3 whole to the power of 3 upon 2. So what can I do that? 3 and 3 gets cancels. X equals to y plus 3 whole to the power of 1 upon 2. This is the value of x. But what is it telling that? We know that x equals to 0. So what does that becomes now? Y plus 3 whole power 1 upon 2 equals to 0. So y plus 3 equals to 0. So y equals to minus 3. And x is also equal to what we have learned is also x is also equals to negative half and 3. Negative half, x is also equals to negative half plus 3. So what we got it out? We got it out x equals to square root of y plus square root of y plus 3. Now the values of x we have taken it out 0. Another value of x is what? Negative half equals to square root of y plus 3. So 1 upon 4 equals to, alright, instead of doing 1 upon 4, what can I do is square root of y equals to minus 1 upon 2 minus 7 minus 3. So it becomes square root of y equals to 1 minus 1 minus 6 upon 3 upon 2. So what does that becomes? Square root y equals to minus 7 by 2. But this is not possible because in the question it has been clear that what it says, it's not a real solution. So another way of nothing but what is the another value of x? X is 3. So square root of y plus 3 equals to 3. So y plus 3 equals to 6. Y equals to 3. If I take square root of y plus 3 equals to minus 3, then also I'm going to get the same answer. Y plus 3 equals to 9. Y equals to 6. So answer is going to be the same. So we got the values of y as minus 3 and 6. And apart from that, y is also 6. That's going to be the answer. Question number 6. The line L1 has an equation 3x minus 4y plus 20 equals to 0. L2 cuts x-axis at 8, 0 and parallel to L1. So I'll be finding it out. Slope of L1, which is negative 3 upon negative 4, 3 upon 4. So gradient of L2 also, or the slope of L2 also will be 3 upon 4 because it is parallel and it is passing through 8, 0. So equation of L1 will be y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So cross multiplication 4y equals to 3x minus 24. So 3x minus 4y minus 24 equals to 0. Next, the line L1 cuts x-axis at P and y-axis at Q. L1 is 3x minus 4y plus 20 equals to 0, x-axis and y-axis. X-axis means y equals to 0, 3x plus 20 equals to 0. So x equals to negative 20 upon 3. So what is P? Negative 20 upon 3, comma 0. Y-axis means x equals to 0. Negative 4y plus 20 equals to 0. Y equals to 5. So what is Q? 0, comma 5. So for example, this is x-axis and y-axis. Now it cuts x-axis at negative 20, comma 3 and y-axis at 0, comma 5. And the gradient is 3 upon 4. So this is going to be approximately P and Q. And R is 8, comma 0. R is 8, comma 0. This is R. Now he is asking us to tell that in the next part of the question, PQRS is a parallelogram. Find the area of PQRS. So we can see that if at all S should be somewhere over here. So area of PQRS will be 2 times of area of triangle PQR. Of triangle PQR. 2 times of 1 upon 2 times base is PR and height is nothing but what? OQ. So 2 gets cancels, PR times OQ. So what is the distance between P to R? P to R distance is nothing but what? P is minus 20 upon 3 comma 0 and R is 8 comma 0. So the distance between them is nothing but what? 8 plus 20 upon 3. 8 plus 20 upon 3 is going to be the distance, and OQ. OQ is the height, which is nothing but what? Is 5. So that becomes 220 by 3. That is the area of PQRS. Now we need to get the value of S. Let S be x comma y. So the midpoint of PR should be equal to midpoint of PQ. Midpoint of PR should be equals to midpoint of QS. Midpoint of PR. P is nothing but what? Minus 20 upon 3 comma 0 and R is 8 comma 0 and midpoint of QS. Q is 0 comma 5 and S we don't know, let it x comma y. Both midpoint should be equal. So minus 20 upon 3, 20 upon 3 plus 8 upon 2 comma 0 plus 0 upon 2 should be equals to 0 plus x upon 2 comma 5 plus y upon 2. So minus 20 upon 3 plus 8 should be equals to 0 plus x. If I equate these two x terms, 2 will get cancelled. So from there x equals to 24, 4 upon 3. Then I'll be equating the y coordinates. 0 plus 0 upon 2 is 0. 0 equals to 5 plus y upon 2. So 5 plus y equals to 0. So y equals to negative 5. So what are the coordinates of S? S is 4 upon 3, comma negative 5. Question number 7. Figure 3 shows the part of the curve C1 and the equation y equals to 3 sin x where x is measured in degrees. The point P and point Q lie on the C1 are shown in the figure 3. Find the coordinates of P and Q. 3 sin x, so the maximum point is going to be 3 and minimum point is going to be minus 3. So over there we can see that this is 90, 180, 270, 360, 450 and 540. So P, the coordinates of P will be 90, 3 and part 2 Q will be 540, 0. For the next part, a different curve C2 has an equation y equals to 3 sin x plus k. The curve C2 has a maximum value 10. So we have curve C1 and curve C2. So curve C1 is y equals to 3 sin x. Its minimum value is minus 3 and maximum value is plus 3. First minimum value occurs as 90 comma minus 3 and first minimum value occurs at 270 comma minus 3 and first maximum value occurs at 90 comma 3. Similarly, now y equals to 3 sin x plus k. Now its maximum value is 10. So we can see that how the 10 became. So adding plus 7 to that. So therefore, the first minimum value will be occurring it at 270 minus 3 plus 7 is nothing but what? 4. And he's telling that this minimum coordinate is r. So therefore, the coordinates of r is 270 comma 4. Question number 8. A straight line has an equation y equal to k times 2x minus 1. Curve has an equation. Find the set of values for k for which L do not intersect. So first of all, we are doing it out simultaneous equations equals to x square plus 2x plus 11. So x square plus 2x plus 11 minus 2kx plus k equals to 0. So x square plus x common 2 minus 2k plus 11 plus k equals to 0. Now does not cross means we have to find it out. B square minus 4ac and it should be less than 0. So 2 minus 2k whole square minus 4 times 1 times 11 plus k equals to 0. So expand this one, you will be getting a quadratic over there. So 4 minus 8k plus 4k square minus 44 minus 4k is less than 0. So what does it becomes? 4k square minus 12k minus 40 is less than 0. K square minus 3k minus 10 is less than 0. Factorize k minus 5 times k plus 2 is less than 0. Critical values are 5 and minus 2. So k lies between negative 2 and 5. Question number 9. The curve has an equation y equal to 4x square plus 9 upon 2 root x. Find the x coordinate of the point for which dy by dx equals to 0. So y equals to 4x square upon 2 root x plus 9 upon 2 root x. So what do I get it out? 2x to the power of 3 upon 2 plus 9 upon 2 x power negative 1 upon 2. So dy by dx will become 2 times 3 upon 2 x power 1 upon 2 plus 9 upon 2 times minus 1 upon 2 x power minus 3 upon 2. So which becomes 3x power 1 upon 2 minus 9 upon 4 x power minus 3 upon 2. So derivative should be equals to 0. So 3x power 1 upon 2 minus 9 upon 4 x power minus 3 upon 2 equals to 0. So what do I get from there? 3 x power 1 upon 2 equals to 9 upon 4 x power minus 3 upon 2. So 3x power 1 upon 2 equals to 9 upon 4 times x power 3 upon 2. So 12x power, do the cross multiplication. 3 times 4 is 12. X power 1 upon 2 times x power 3 upon 2 equals to 9. So 12 x power 1 upon 2 plus 3 upon 2 equals to 9. 12 x power 4 upon 2 equals to 9. 12 x square equals to 9. X square equals to 9 upon 12. So x square equals to 3 upon 4. X equals to square root of 3 upon 2. That's going to be the answer. What else has been asked? Find the x coordinate. Now question number 10. F of x has been given. Sketch C1 and the coordinates of any point where the curve touches and crosses the x-axis or the coordinate axis. So it is x minus 5 whole square. So it bounces at 5 and another point is nothing but what? 3 upon 4. Another point is 3 upon 4. It bounces at 5. And so the cubic curve, approximate curve looks like this. So bounces at 5 and passing through 3 upon 4. Now we need to know where does it intersects the y-axis. So plug in x equals to 0. So it becomes 0 minus 3 times 0 minus 5 whole square, which is negative 75. So this value is going to be nothing but how much? Negative 75. And origin O. Hence or otherwise, find the values of f of 1 upon 4x equals to 0. 1 upon 4x equals to 0. So what does it mean is, basically we have found it out. F of x equals to 0 at x equals to 3 upon 4 and x equals to 5. So f x 1 upon 4x means the roots are getting multiplied by 4. So this becomes 3 upon 4 times 4, so which becomes 3, and x equals to 5 times 4, which becomes 20. So 3 comma 20. Find the value of the constant p such that the curve y equal to f of x plus p passes through origin. 4x minus 3 times x minus 5 whole square plus p is nothing but what? F of x plus p. This passes through origin 0 comma 0. So 0 equals to 0 minus 3 times 0 minus 5 whole square plus p. So 0 minus equals to minus 75 plus p. So p value equals to nothing but how much? 75. Next part, second curve C2 has an equation y equal to g of x. G of x equals to f of x plus 1. Find in simplest form of g of x. You may leave your answer in the factorized form. So what else has been given over there? G of x equals to f of x plus 1. So in the terms of x, we are going to write it out x plus 1. So 4x minus 3, then x minus 5. So x plus 1 minus 5. So wherever x is there, we are writing it out x plus 1. So what does that becomes? 4x plus 4 minus 3, x minus 4 whole square. So what does that becomes? 4x plus 1 times x minus 4 whole square. That's going to be the answer for C part 1. Now part 2. Hence or otherwise, find the y-intercept of C2. So y-intercept, what is the meaning of y-intercept? X equals to 0. So y equals to 0 plus 1 times 0 minus 4 whole square, which is going to be nothing but how much? 60. That's going to be the answer. Coming to question number 11, a curve has an equation y equals to f of x. F double prime x is being given, x is positive. The point 4 comma minus 50 lies on the curve. Given that f prime x at p is minus 4, find the equation of the normal. Writing your answer in the form of y equal to mx plus c. So equation, the slope is being given, f prime x is given, that is slope of the tangent. Slope of tangent has been given as negative 4. So slope of normal will become reciprocal and opposite symbol, which becomes 1 upon 4. Now the point P is 4 comma negative 50. So equation will be y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. So y equals to 1 upon 4x minus 1 minus 50. So y equals to 1 upon 4x minus 51. That is the equation of the normal. Part B, find f of x. So f double prime x has been given as 6 upon root x cube plus x. So 6 x power minus 3 upon 2 plus x. So integrate it out, f prime x equals to 6 x power negative 1 upon 2 upon negative 1 upon 2 plus x square upon 2 plus some constant k. But it passes through the point 4 comma negative 50, or else we know that f prime x equals to negative 4 at p. At p 4 comma negative 50, the gradient is nothing but what? F prime x equals to nothing but what? Negative 4. So what am I going to do with that? Negative 4 equals to negative 12. X is 4 to the power of negative 1 upon 2 plus negative x is 4 square upon 2 plus k. So it becomes minus 4 equals to minus 12 upon 4 power 1 upon 2 plus 16 upon 2 plus k. So what does it becomes? Minus 4 equals to minus 6 plus 8 plus k. Minus 4 equals to 2 plus k. K equals to negative 6. What is the value of k? I got the value of k as negative 6. So what is f prime x? F prime x will become negative 12 x power negative 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2 x square minus 6. Now integrate it further. F of x equals to negative 12 x power 1 upon 2 upon 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2 x cube upon 3 minus 6x plus d. Now plugging in the point 4 comma negative 50. Negative 50 equals to negative 24 4 power 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 6 4 cube minus 6 times 4 plus d. This gives me d value as 34 upon 3. Once I get the value of d as 34 upon 3, f of x equals to minus 24 x power 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 6 x cube minus 6x plus 34 upon 3. That's going to be the answer. That completes the paper. See you in the next paper. Bye.